Good morning from the Via Dolorosa, the way of the cross, the way of the misery, and we are in a beautiful, spectacular Catholic compound, belongs to the Franciscans, and I love that place. Now, the first and the second station are not part of the, they are not the original places, but they are very close to it because that building that you can see there was the Antonia, or part of the Antonia, the place that King Herod built to control the Jewish temple. And Romans use it as a praetorium, as a judging place. And that's where we believe, or at least the Catholic believe, that Jesus was set in trial. Pontius Pilate judged Jesus. Then those first two stations were built on top of an ancient station, and this is the Church of the Flagellation, which is the first station. And let me read from the Gospel of John. Then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged. The soldiers twisted together a crown of thorn and put it on his head. They clothed him in a purple robe and went up to him again and again, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they slapped him in the face. John 19, 1-3. And let's enter to the church, but we are blessing everyone that watched that video, and three other people that I will talk about them soon. But this is your really good chance to subscribe to my channel. And because there are not a lot of tourists, it's a wartime, then in that case you can even talk inside that station. And this is such a beautiful church that Bertolucci built in 1929 on top of a 12th century church. The windows are amazing, but before we will talk about the windows, let's talk about that. Look at that. Oh, crown of thorn. The inner part is such a beautiful part. You can see that it's actually made of flowers. The outside part, you can see the blood tears, the two natures of Jesus. And Barabbas, Jesus, on his trial, and Pontius Pilate washing his hands. That tour is actually, I believe, a surprise, and it started with Gail Gizzo-Waitley, that decided to surprise a brother and a sister-in-law that are celebrating 50 years as a married couple. Happy anniversary. Look how beautiful is the blue sky for you. Then you're gonna have your own Jerusalem cross. And Jerusalem cross is a symbol of Jerusalem. The big cross is Jerusalem, and the other four is whatever you want. 4 gospels, altogether 5 stigmatas. And of course, I'm going to send it to their houses, and you can actually enjoy it too. Go into the description, at the text beneath that video, and you will be able to watch, to see the Buy Me a Coffee link. And there's a variety of crosses, and what about the Bible and rosaries? Then it's actually suitable to everyone, and I will take a video for you in Jerusalem. I will upload it to YouTube, send you the holy products, of course. Then, second station. When Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus out and seated him on a judge bench in the place called Stone Pavement. Look at the stone pavement, guys. For so many years we believe that this is from 1st century, but now we know that it's for 2nd century, but still it's Roman time. In Hebrew, Gavata. Then he handed him over to them to be crucified. So they took Jesus and carrying the cross himself, he went out to what is called the place of the skull, in Hebrew Golgotha, the Gospel of John 19:13 and 16:17, and we are heading to there. It's a long way. I hope that you will stay until the end of the video. I think it's quite an important. I mean, look at that amazing video. Scene. Jesus going out with his red robe. Pontius Pilate is washing his hand. And he will start to carry his cross. This is a nightmare. He didn't eat, he didn't drink. What I love here is another beautiful statue of Jesus carrying the cross. And look at the face of Jesus. Guys, I can cry when I see it. But the most beautiful scenery, which is not part of the Bible, is that one. John, the disciple, trying to hide the sin from Mary, the mother, together with Mary Magdalene. I think you can understand exactly who's Mary Magdalene and who's Mary, the mother. But look at that. Pavement from 2nd century. You can see beautifully 2 Roman games, usually played by soldiers that, on the free time they had to find themselves something to do. They already gossiped, they already smoked a cigarette, they already drank water, and now what left for them to do is to play. Then they are playing. It actually tells us that if we found it here, it means that the praetorium, the judgment place, is very close to here. Let's take our crosses with us. And if it's your first video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have more than 21,000 videos of every subject in Israel. Let's continue to the 3rd station, but it's a beautiful walk anyhow, and as you know me, I'm going to talk a lot. And let me say hello to him. Bye-bye. And let's turn right. We are at the Muslim quarter. It's such a beautiful day, and if you're talking about beautiful day, tomorrow it's the birthday of Muhammad. And they will celebrate a lot tomorrow here. You might see a lot of Muslims heading to the temple, which is actually to the left of us. And Mr. Herod found out that there are some crusader remains in his place. Then when you will see him or when you will see that, ask him to show it to you. Then be surprised, because what usually we are doing, we are gossiping, we are talking, because there are no tourists.
In the future we will make movie about it.
Yes, in the future we will make movie about it. It's going to be a surprise.
Okay.
Bye. You can see a group of Jews heading, as I believe, to the Western Wall. It's Shabbat. All right, we don't like cars here, then let's run away. Sister of Zion monastery is there, and if you want to see more pavement from 2nd century, you're most welcome to enter to their museum. Sadly, because of the war, a lot of the places are closed, mainly because there are not a lot of tourists. Then here, you can see another part of that ancient, wait a minute, ancient triumph arch that was built by Caesar Adrian, or for Caesar Adrian, at the 2nd century, around 132, 135. Then that place will lead you to see another small arch of it, but you know, I do have lots of videos of it. Well, when the tourists will come, you might see it, but when the tourists will come, idea is it's going to be so crowded and I'm going to work as, at least, I mean, I didn't work for like more than 11 months, except of 6 days. According to the Greek Orthodox, or according to the Orthodox churches, this is the prison of Christ. But we came from there. Then the Antonia was all over that area. Then it might be that that part was part of the Antonia, the other part was part of the Antonia. Then why not to share everything together? It's a beautiful place. Of course, I do have a video of it as well. All right, it's got a... Oh, yeah, it's a problem when the alley is so narrow and there are 2 cars. Yeah. The third station is where Jesus fell for the first time. Now, if you are not Catholic, let's say it like that, you might look at me and say, oh, come on, it's crazy, it's not in the Bible. And I'm getting a lot of comments like that. First of all, you're right, it's not in the Bible. But Catholic, and I must say any religion, are following traditions as well. And one of the traditions said that Jesus, well, we know that he didn't drink, he didn't eat. We know that he felt dizzy because at the 5th station, you will see that Saint Simon helped him to carry the cross. But, look at that. I don't know if something happened, but, or maybe they are going to eat. And I hope that nothing happened. You will see a lot of Muslims now because this is one of the 2 main places. But before we will talk about the Muslims, then the 3rd station, he fell for the first time. And we know that he felt dizzy. And if you've been guided by me, you know that I'm falling without any reason. And in that case, of course, he can fall. Okay? Then in that case, you can see a lot of Muslims heading to the Temple Mount, which is actually behind us, Al-Aqsa. But look at that. This is the entrance to the Austrian Hospice of the Holy Family. And you know that I'm promoting places that I love, beside the excellent coffee and the cakes, the strudel, and even beer. You can climb up to the roof to visit one of the best views of Jerusalem. And yes, you can actually see it on my YouTube channel. Then let me stand here and I will show you the building itself. Here it is. And this is the 3rd station of the cross and the 4th station of the cross. Those 2 stations belongs to the Armenian, Catholic Armenian. Now you can actually, I forgot to show it to you. Most of the stations are marked with those columns because at the beginning the Muslims didn't let the Christians to build structure there. Then they marked the places with the columns, and when they build chapels, then they added the columns into it, and in some of the stations you can actually see it. This is the 4th one, and the 4th one is where Jesus met his mother. Actually, his mother met Jesus. Those two, as you remember, are not part of the Bible. Then what's happening here? We are following ancient tradition. But let me tell you something. I know what is a Jewish mother. I had one. Although my mother wasn't easy, I knew that if something will happen to me, she will be next to me. Then I am sure that Mary was next to Jesus, and Mary, not like my mother, knew for almost day one that her son will die in front of her eyes. And here it is, the fourth station of the cross. Let's continue with the Muslim Mass. They're heading to the Al-Aqsa, I believe. To the fifth station. The fifth station is about Simon from Libya of today, a Jew that was forced to help Jesus by the Romans. Jesus felt dizzy. Then in that case, he became very famous, mainly because that station was part of the Bible. Saint Simon, what Saint Simon is doing there? He came for Passover. The same reason that Jesus visited the city, the same reason that every Jew had in the city at the time, because there are three festivals that every Jew supposed to visit. Oh, my heart beats. There are three holidays that every Jew must be here in the city, and this is one of them. I forgot to mention, then you can see the relief of the station that's blessed by the pole. The round plate tells you the number of the station, and you can see even the Via Dolorosa sign. And another thing that you can see here is the half-round pavement. You can see another group of Jews from the Western Wall to I don't know where. But the most important thing here is that ancient stone from the 5th century. And this is what we believe, the place that Jesus was touched when he didn't feel well. Then some believe that this is the handprint of Jesus. Believing it or not, it doesn't matter. The energy is so strong here. Then, fifth station of what she said is, she mentioned the Prophet Muhammad, and she asked for help. Then, if it's okay by you, hello. If it's okay by you, hello again. Bless her. Bless the lady that she will find the solution, and bless that person that told me like 10 minutes ago, that money is not a problem. Health.
No honey.
Yeah, no money. Yeah. No, but health. Health. Yeah, health is much better. And this is our excuse to actually say we don't have work. Then, as I believe, you see this face? He's here for like million years. I know him from day one, and he's nice. He's always smiling. Then, when you're reaching this place, stop to buy something. Look how many colors there are here. I hope it will work. Then we are climbing up through the Via Dolorosa to the 6th station. It's where Saint Veronica saw Jesus walking, and we are walking like Jesus up the hill, almost. I mean, up the hill, we are going to leave the city soon, but at the 6th station, she looked at him and said, am I going to help him? Are you going to help him or not? Because if I'm going to help him, the Roman soldier might crucify me too, because I'm helping the enemy. But she decided to do that, and she cleaned the face of Jesus And guess what? According to what we believe, the Pope he's got that handkerchief, scarf, and he is actually showing it to us every year at the Vatican, and it started right here. For me, she is such an amazing woman because she helped Jesus voluntarily. Saint Simon was forced to help Jesus, but she helped him. She knew that she's taking a risk, and for that, she deserved a lot. Now we are reaching the 6th station, and you can see the column as well. On the column you'll see the name Veronica. Some people believe that she is not less than the one who had blood issue. Veronica. Sixth station of the cross. There are so many beautiful salesmen here that still smiling. I don't know how. Actually, I'm smiling too, and I'm not working. Some actually say that it's better to be here to be here and not to be next to your wife. 24 hours a day, more than 11 months.
Men and women are not the same, and that is a blessing. He provides.
And this is my favorite coffee. I think you know it, El Mufti coffee. And I was guiding 4 Americans that told me that they actually been here. You can see the father of, and his son as well. Thank you. I know. Excellent.
Wish peace, wish the tourists come back.
Hallelujah for that.
We hope so.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's left for us to do, to hope. But look at the faces of the salesmen. What we are doing here, we know that nothing will happen. This is not your father. Alan, this is not the father that I know. No. Is he still okay? Alhamdulillah. Shukran. Opa.
Are you leaving for me?
Yes. Yes, of course. Now we are heading to the 7th station of the cross. The 7th station of the cross is already outside the city. Remember, Jesus was crucified outside the city. And the gate might be the judgment gate that Jesus left the city through it. And that's where he fell for the second time. And let me see if he will let us enter. But to the right and to the left, you will see the main street from 2nd century until now. It's usually very crowded. Oops. The 7th station of the cross. That's where he fell for the second time. Let me enter again. Bless it. You can see the column. That column is according to what we know in situ. It used to be next to in that street. And that was the main street from north to south, the Cardo. coffee. I need coffee. Look how beautiful is the street. And we will turn right, and we're going to climb a little bit to the 8th station of the cross. And because they built a lot of buildings in front of the church, then we have to make some round tours to reach the place. At the 8th station is where the women of Jerusalem were standing and crying when they saw Jesus walking with his cross. But Jesus said, don't cry because of me. Cry because of what's going to be in the future. That's a good reason to cry. We entered to the Christian Quarter just for a glimpse, and we're going back to the Christian Quarter, to the Muslim Quarter soon. And this is the place in the column. Remember, we are looking for column. You can see Nika, 8th station of the cross. To reach the 9th station, hello kitty! To reach the 9th station of the cross, we're going to climb up to the roof, and we're going to visit a little bit of two patriarchs. One of the Egyptian, the Coptic, the other one is of the Ethiopians, and we will enter the church through there. But you can see how busy is that street now. Oh, the smell of coffee. I'm a coffeeholic, and my daughter told me not more than one a day. I drink my coffee at 5 a.m. when I reach the city, and now it's, I think, 12. Then I think it's a different day that I can dream about another coffee. Did you write a comment for the couple, for Fred and Paula, that's celebrating 50 years of marriage anniversary? Beautiful. It's a special Saturday. It's September 9, and you can see someone that you know. You can see someone that you know.
What's up?
Well, fine. You remember him?
They asked me about your friend, what's his name? The one that walks like Jesus?
Jacob, James.
Jacob. James? Where is he from in the States?
No, I don't know. He's from the States. That's the only thing that I know.
Thank you.
Bye, see you. That was Itamar, nephew of Moses. He promised to reach back to his YouTube channel, and I hope that he will do that, because he's a good one. And when you will see that lovely person and that lovely roof, then turn right and leave the main street and climb up to the roof. Hello, kitty. And we are entering now to the Egyptian part of the unknown part of the church. We're going to reach the 9th station of the cross. That's where Jesus fell for the 3rd time. Now, the church at the 4th century until the 7th century started from there. The church of today is smaller. Now, before you will ask me, the church, Jesus wasn't crucified in a church. He wasn't buried in a church. The church was built and open to the public today, but at 335 AD. September 13. Guys, today is the anniversary of the church, not only of Fred and Paula. It's so breezy today. It's getting better. And you can see the two domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, or the original name of it, which I love, the Anastasis Church, the Resurrection Church, because the Orthodox are celebrating the empty tomb and the resurrection of Jesus. The Catholic is celebrating it as well, but they call it the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Church of the Holy Tomb. Then we are at the Egyptian part of it, heading to the roof. I've been in one of, I entered to St. Anthony, thanks God. And according to the priest there, I made some mistakes. Then I'm going, first of all, I apologize, and oh, look at the kitties. And the kitties is because of that amazing person that likes to feed them, and is actually continue with the service that his father did. Then this is the ninth station of the cross. And then at St. Anthony, the priest, the father, I asked him to visit the church and the monastery with him, and to do it again. Then we're going to have another lovely. This is beautiful. It's beautiful to see that every cat is eating from a different, so that no one is trying to. Lovely. St. Anthony is straight and to the right and up. Another video that I uploaded lately is about a water system that, according to the Coptic, St. Helen that built the church used to drink. Watch my channel and you will see it. But this is the ninth station. Let me go backward to show you the exact spot, which is right here. But for so many years, the ninth station was next to the column. Hello, kitty. Oh, hello, fatty kitty. Let's enter to the roof. The roof today belongs to the Coptic, and there's a lot of problems between the Coptic and the Church of Syria, the Cyrenic Church, who owns it. I'm trying not to enter to politics between churches, but their church is full with it. Their church belongs to the Orthodox churches, mostly the Greek Orthodox, but not only. Catholic, Latin Roman, and Armenian. But here, see for example, Ethiopians, and there, this is St. Anthony. This is the Church of Syria, Cyrenic Church. And they're cleaning a rug. Oh, dust in the air. You can see the Armenians that are renovating their chapel, which is at the entrance to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and the beautiful Ethiopian village. According to the Ethiopians, that is where Abraham almost sacrificed Isaac. See that olive tree. But at the Crusader time, that used to be a dining room of the German Crusaders. We will enter through two churches, but not before. I will tell you a story about the beautiful Ethiopians, that they believe that they are a creation of a meeting between Queen Sheba and King Solomon. On the upper church, you will see a beautiful painting that actually describes that meeting, What it doesn't describe is what's happened 9 months later when the first Ethiopian king was born. And he came to his father, and father gave him the 10 Commandments. And according to that, the 10 Commandments are in Ethiopia. The church is built like, it looks like a Greek Orthodox church. There are two parts, the Holy of the Holy, and they call it Holy of the Holy like the Jewish temple. And only the high priest can enter there. There are so many priests, but only one of them can enter there. You can see the arches, the vaults from the Crusade times. When you are entering the church, watch up. If you are a little bit tall, it's a problem. Then be careful, please. I'll try to be quiet now. We left the Ethiopian churches, but in the middle you can see some old structures. According to what we believe, this is Egyptian Mary. Egyptian Mary tried to enter the church. I'm talking about the end of the 4th century. She came from Alexandria, but the icon of Mary didn't let her enter because she was a sinner. Then she actually asks Mary to enter, and because of it, she decided, she actually said that she will change her life, and she began to be an hermit nun next to the Jordan River. She lived there until she died. And let me see if they will let me enter. This is the Greek Orthodox Church, but here we are praying in Arabic. Here you can see very important items. First of all, you can see Mary the Egyptian next to the icon of Mary, and this is the icon itself. According to the Greek Orthodox, he was painted at the 1st century by Luke, and you can see that she has actually cried a few times. And one of the times that they believed that she cried was in 1967, when they realized that Israel will control the place and occupied it from the Jordanian, occupied the city as well. This is such an important icon of Mary. Let me show you a little bit of the church. It's a beautiful church. It looks like it's 12 o'clock, and here, according to them, is where Mary Magdalene met Jesus on Sunday. Let's climb up to the Golgotha. There are a lot of foreign workers now. It's Saturday, they are here. A lot of them are from Philippines, India. But I must say that it's busy today. It's totally busy. But it's the birthday of the church, the Feast of the Cross. Thanks God that I was here early and I blessed your crosses at the crucifixion place. But let's describe now the place. This is the Catholic part. The other side is the Greek Orthodox. In the Catholic, you can see the tents and station when they strip him from his clothes. Remember, he had a red robe of kings, and that's where, where they nail him to the cross. And if you remember, my friends, you saw the ceremony of the Holy Cross today. In that cross, in that ceremony, I blessed the crosses as well. Then the Holy Cross was here. Can you imagine? Gail and Paula and Fred. The Holy Cross was standing right here, a relic of it. Right here is the Pietà. You can see the statue of Mary with the spear in her heart. The most important station here is the crucifixion itself. I already blessed it at the ceremony, but now I can explain you. You can see Jesus on the cross. On top of it, the titulus, the sinless, Jesus from Nazareth, King of the Jews. To the right of him, or actually to the left, but you can see a man with a hand on his chest. This is John. The other side is Mary, the mother, and when Jesus was on the cross, what he thought is about his mother. This is a Jewish guy. We call it Jerusalem good boy. And the Calvary is to the right and to the left, and you can see that it's covered with a glass to avoid people like me that wants to take some souvenirs here. Look how beautiful is the ceiling and the walls. A lot of icons that tells us everything about the last week of Jesus. Because I already blessed it today, I'm doing a short tour. But let them tell, no, it's okay. Wow, you're from India?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Ah, Sri Lanka. Oh, wow. Beautiful place. You're welcome. And there are tourists. Oh, not. I don't know. Didn't ask them. Then we actually saw the crucifixion place. Golgotha, the skull. All right, Noctiminos with the green one. John kissing his hand. The mother. And Joseph of Arimathea who gave Jesus his own tomb. The women, and I believe this is Mary Magdalene, or maybe that's Mary Magdalene. It's very difficult for me to see it. This is where they purified his body before they put him in the tomb. And this is according to the Jewish tradition. First of all, Joseph of Arimathea knew that he must get the body of Jesus and bury him before sunset, because that's what the Jews are doing. Secondly, they have to purify his body and to put a shroud around him. Now, you cannot see a lot because they are preparing or repairing the floor of the church here. Then they put him in a tomb that looks like a cave. And according to what we believe, that is the stone that his body touched. For me, this is such an important place. And let's bless the crosses here as well. Because they are repairing the church, the floor of the church, you can see that here they already deal with it, and they excavated and they cover it now until they will cover the floor again. Then we cannot go to the tomb, which is like 10 meters from here. Let's make a round tour. But before that, let's enter to that chapel. This is a Greek Orthodox chapel, and it's called Adam Chapel. According to what we know, the Bible told us that when Jesus died, it was like an earthquake, and tears of blood fell down through the creek, and people resurrected. According to tradition, one of them was Adam. Let's bless it. You can see the creek. It's quite dark here, but here and there, two of the Crusader kings were buried. Some others were buried beneath the mosaic wall that you saw there. And when they excavated there, I'm sure that they found it, but they didn't publish it yet. We are heading to the tomb. I have long videos of their church as well. Today I took the ceremony of the Feast of the Tomb, which is a unique ceremony to that church. The Catholics of the 1960s celebrated it once. Here it's divided into two. Today, September 13, and in May 7. Going to be another part of it. The tomb. The tomb used to be a cave. Joseph of Arimathea built his family a cave to bury his people. That cave been destroyed so many times. Let's say that Venus was a temple was built on top of it, and it been destroyed by the Muslims once. And if someone didn't like the Christian, the best thing to do is to destroy it. And the last time it actually been destroyed by the Christian themselves because of a fire that burned down the ceiling, the dome that fell. Wow, to see a line. This is a mystery. But most of them are from Israel. Not a lot of tourists, but it's beautiful to see it. This is the tomb, the structure that was built in the 19th century and renovated lately. You will see that it's actually divided into two. There's two chapels here. The first one, you might see the candle. That's where the angels took care that no one will steal the body of Christ. And the inner one is the tomb himself, and I already blessed it early morning. I'm here from 6 o'clock. I reached the church at 6 o'clock. Then you can see the tomb. I can see a little bit of the candlelight. Right now, and the inner part is the empty sarcophagus. Because remember, he was buried on Friday but resurrected on Sunday. Now, because usually that place is closed, and this is the Katilokon, belongs to the Greek Orthodox, and now it's actually open. You know that I must enter to here. And the beauty of this place is that stone, that according to tradition, this is the center of the word. Then I'm blessing your crosses and walking around the center of the word. And look how beautiful is the new chandelier that represents Jerusalem in heaven with 12 gates. Oh, the smell is amazing. Wow. And look at the iconostasy, the wall of icons. The Golgotha is there. Sadly, we cannot go out through there, but you can see a little bit of the Armenian chapel. The Armenian believes that from here they could see the Golgotha, but because of the excavation, you cannot see it. Guys, that was a wonderful 55 minutes of a video. We are not ending. I want to show you another chapel, especially in this day. But first of all, subscribe to my channel. Secondly, because you reach 55 minutes, and for me you are better than others, then I will be happy that you will comment. You will write something, you write a comment. I watched it until the end. Secondly, if you want to, If you want to help my channel, you can do that because I'm not working for more than 11 months. I worked in those 11 months only 6-7 days. And you are the only income of mine, then you can do that via, look at the like button. Next to it you can see a shape of heart, and you can actually do that via that. At the description, the text beneath, you will find PayPal link and Buy Me a Coffee link, and you can support me with that too. Then let me take you to 3 more places. This is what we believe, the place that Mary Magdalene saw Jesus on Sunday. She was standing here, and Jesus was there. And that's where the holy cross was today. But the cross is only a relic because when St. Helen found the cross, she divided it into 3. One she left here, another part to Constantinople, and another part to Rome. At Heraclius, the Caesar, brought the cross that was stolen by the Persians, pagans, at 614. He brought it back in 629. This is the prison of Jesus when he was waiting for his crucifixion. According to what we believe, he was right here. And this is it. That's how they put his legs. You can see the painting and the hole. And we bless the crosses. This is such an amazing Mary icon that used to be in the chapel, and it was blessed a lot because she, according to so many, there were so many miracles with that icon. But as you can see, the icon is so far away from us. We cannot bless it, we cannot touch it, we cannot be blessed by it. And let me go to the lower part of the church, and that's going to be the end of it, to show you when she found the true cross, St. Helen. I prepared a long video about the different traditions, the different legends between the Catholic and Orthodox. Then I'm sure that you can watch it on my YouTube channel. But I want you to see the place, and although I already blessed the crosses, I will bless it again. We are going to the lowest place of the church, and the first chapel that you can see in front of you is the Armenian chapel. Above us is the dome that we saw, I don't know if you noticed, at the Ethiopian yard, when I remember that I mentioned that it used to be Crusader dining room. And this is the dome from the inside. And you can see here a beautiful mosaic of, I think, 9 cities that have been destroyed by the Turkish that killed 1.5 million of them. But what is important to see here is Heraclius bringing back the cross to the church, but 3 years later he took it back. Then the cross is not here from 631. You can see 14 and you can see 629. The word that you cannot understand in between is September. Then, and this is the date of today. Dedicated the church today. We started to pray here today in 335. This is the lowest place when St. Helen found the crosses, 3 crosses. She blessed it. She realized which one is the true cross by touching an old man or woman or someone that actually already died according to different traditions. Then this is where she found it. It used to be a quarry at the time of Jesus, and the quarry of the time of Jesus tells us that that used to be outside the city. And later on they used it as a water system. This is a statue of St. Helen. Guys, 1 minute, 1 hour and 1 minute, that is more than enough. And thank you for being with us. And see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.